it's Morgan Young, and this is Long Story Shorts, where we are diving into all the headlines taking over your social media feeds, and you don't even have to swipe. A lot happened over the weekend, so we're going to get right into it, starting with a car that crashed right into someone's home.
Great kids. They would talk to me.
Early Sunday morning, Reese Skinner woke up to the sound
A loud crash.
of a neighborhood changed forever.
When you saw that house in the state it's in, how did that hit you?
It hit hard. You always think that crazy things will never happen to you or hit this close to home.
Stephenville police say the crash happened just before 3:30 Sunday morning, and 2 people inside the home were killed. Police say 18-year-old Gracie Yates was driving. She's now at the Erath County Jail, charged with 2 counts of criminally negligent homicide. This spray paint marking up North Ollie Avenue appears to be part of the crash investigation. It traces the path that the vehicle must have taken as it went straight into the back of this home and into a bedroom. Alfredo Rocha told WFAA his wife, Barbara, and their 7-year-old son, Alex, were sleeping in that room. Now, he's planning their funerals.
He came over and talked to me and told me what had happened, but I just felt helpless. I wanted to help him, and all I could do was offer my condolences and a hug and just wish that there was a little more.
The Rocha's young daughter survived. Now, her father faces the loss of his wife and son as he and his daughter try to figure out what comes next.
I was close enough with them that if they decide to stay in that house or rebuild it or do anything like that, I'll be over there. I'll be helping out any way that I can.
In Stephenville, I'm Luke Clary.
Oh, you just hit him with the pet.
Oh, my God! Stop, I gotta go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, they got guns drawn and everything.
They do, I know, and I saw that.
Doors open.
Oh, my God.
I'm getting all that on video, too.
Oh, my God. We just wanted to go antiquing. We're just going antiquing. That was so scary. Oh, my God.
It is so sad to say this. Nancy Guthrie is still missing. And tonight, as we approach almost 2 months since she disappeared, her family is asking for renewed attention on her case. Nancy Guthrie disappeared from her home in Arizona January 31st. She is presumed to have been kidnapped. The Guthrie family is now asking people in the larger community all around Tucson to just search their memories, to look through videos and photos and just try to think about any random piece of information that could somehow prove relevant to this case, no matter how small. Savannah Guthrie says she will return to the Today Show eventually, but for now, she is focused on supporting her family.
A single moment can upend a family. Seeing it doesn't make it easier to understand.
I just want to bring him back and say maybe, that.
The train that hit Norman Farmer's Escalade Friday threw him beyond the SUV, investigators say, killing the father of 5 along the tracks.
You don't question God, and I'm not questioning him, but it's just the fact that this should never have happened.
The crossing on 2-lane Lavender Road in southern Dallas County has no bell, no lights, no crossing arms, and his family says not enough warning on a road that's getting busier.
With that blind spot of the train coming around that curve, nobody can really see it.
Federal Railroad records show it's the 3rd train wreck here in less than a year, with trains going as fast as 45 miles per hour.
It should have been taken care of before the first accident. The second one definitely should have caught their attention, but for this to be the 3rd one.
We asked Union Pacific about this crossing late Friday, but didn't hear back. The railroad says its crew didn't get hurt. Norman Farmer's family wants them to make changes so no one else does.
Oh my goodness. This is shit.
Because what flips a family in an instant takes much longer to set right. In southern Dallas County, I'm Cole Sullivan.
The faces that normally come to the Garland Animal Shelter leave with smiles. But right now, the faces inside are the ones that need the love the most.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. I've been doing this for 22 years.
They're the kinds of cases that stick with you.
Every year, we remove well over 100 animals in abusive situations.
But this week, Garland Animal Services saw something they've never seen before. Art Munoz says it started with a tip from an outside-of-state agency. And when officers got to the home in Garland,
initially, she stated that there was only 20 cats. However, we removed 64 from the home.
64 cats pulled from what Munoz calls deplorable conditions.
A lot of them were malnourished. There's feces, urine smeared on the floor, a lot of debris, trash.
These are some of the cats that were rescued earlier this week. There were 64 total, but 16 are here currently at the shelter. I'm told the other cats have been taken to other shelters and nonprofits helping. These cats here are being medicated every day.
They're all really sweet.
He told me the owner of the home has not yet been charged, but the investigation is still ongoing.
If you see something, report it. And we can handle a lot of these cases before they get out of hand.
Scarlett and Susie?
His focus right now is getting these cats healthy and getting them ready for a second chance.
And this is a great example of why you need to come to the shelter and help these animals out.
In Garland, I'm Richard Solomon.
For this survivor,
always helping people.
He says good karma is what stood between his life and death.
There's no reason why I'm alive.
For safety reasons, we aren't showing his face or saying his name because on March 1st,
or wherever they shot me, I was like, this is a dream.
Sharing this video, you can see a silver vehicle drive by the man's home on Sedona Lane at 12:38 p.m. and then again at 12:46 and around 1 p.m. About 40 minutes later, it's parked in front of the man's home. It's also there when he gets home at 2:16.
So I passed, eye to eye to them.
And just after 4, a pizza delivery driver arrives with food he says he didn't order.
They were able to put cash, so that's how they lured me to come out to the front door.
Dallas police sharing this video as the man steps out and someone dressed in all black with a ski mask and sunglasses comes around the garage shooting.
And I felt the shots. It was like 4 or 5 shots, but I also felt like hate from the person that shot me.
The shooter turns back to fire more shots, shooting him a total of 15 times. One bullet narrowly missing his heart.
This is it. This is how I die. I felt sorry, that I was doing that to my family. I'm sorry to die on y'all. I'm sorry.
The delivery man, who was not injured, runs to call 911 as the shooter drives away.
He saved my life. I want to thank him.
Police say the shooter drove away in a silver Chevrolet Trax, which the victim says matches the vehicle he saw earlier outside his home. Dallas police say this is an ongoing investigation as no arrests have been made yet. And after undergoing surgeries, this survivor is grateful for that delivery driver, his family, and his faith.
God must have another plan for me. Just said it wasn't my time.
In Oak Cliff,
I'm just blessed all around.
I'm Brittany Moncrief.
We are in Lake Dallas right now where a home exploded last night, likely related to gas. Now, Atmos crews, they've been out here around the clock trying to figure out the cause. They have been investigating, and neighbors, well, they weren't allowed to sleep here last night. Let me turn this camera around and show you what's going on. So the barricade is over here, and if we look down the street, the home that exploded is actually around the corner to the left over here. Atmos crews are out here. They've been digging. They've been trying to figure out the cause of what happened here. What we know, you guys, is that on Tuesday, there were gas leaks just about a half a mile away. The elementary school had to be evacuated. It's unclear right now if that is related to this home explosion last night. Those are some questions that parents want to know the answer to. They asked today and they don't know, and they're worried for their own homes. A lot of these homes in this area operate on natural gas. So of course, when you see something happen to your neighbor's house, it is terrifying. Again, you guys, just to remind you of what happened last night, one woman was injured in that house explosion, and she was rescued by a neighbor and taken to the hospital. It is unclear the extent of her injuries right now. Well, we have seen a lot of North Texas restaurants close lately, and now a longtime barbecue joint says it has to close too. The reason? Its rent has tripled.
At Hickory House Barbecue,
I also want brisket on that burger.
Justin needs no menu.
Grilled jalapenos and mushrooms.
He orders from memory.
Hey, I got the ribeye ready.
That when I asked them to put everything possible on my burger, they put everything possible on the burger.
And every time he's here, Hickory House doesn't miss.
Pretty good. Burger.
For the past 20 years, Nick Saropoulos and his brother have run the restaurant, taking over from his previous owners.
When I first came here, I really did not know a lot of these customers. Well, since they come here all the time, they become a lot close friends and very good customers.
A closeness forced to part ways because on May 30th, Nick will close these doors for good. He said the landlord has new tenants willing to pay 3 times as much for the spot.
My rent's going up way up there, and there's no way I can afford it.
For longtime workers
It won't take them that long.
and loyal customers, it's hard news to swallow.
Good people here. And it kind of feels like a family.
It's emotional, and when time comes, we're going to say goodbye.
But like Nick,
And I'm really looking to find a new place around here somewhere.
customers aren't ready to let go.
I'm holding on to hope that they're going to find another place. You know, I believe in the community that supports them.
Because Hickory House has shown
This sort of history right here.
the richer the flavor,
All right, Patty, you ready?
the harder the last bite.
You got a ribeye with baked potato?
In Dallas, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
This is dashcam video along I-10 near El Campo showing a meteor streaking through the skies. Imagine seeing that while you're driving. El Campo is west of Houston, and people from Katy to Pearland and as far as Port Aransas report feeling a rumbling and then seeing that bright streak yesterday. Lots of talk about it. Weather radars show meteorites falling to the ground on the northwest side of Houston. And Colin, I know you worked in Houston before. You were getting a lot of messages from people about this. What is this all about?
I don't know. You know, we were just enjoying ourselves yesterday afternoon, taking care of the kids, and all of a sudden I got all these messages. And look at that. That's so that was near Pearland, or no, that one was looking on I-10. And giant meteor fell. And from what I understand, at least, I have to double check this, but there are pictures. This lady, it fell into her house, at least one of the bits.
She's watching TV
and she got a space rock. I mean, it's amazing. And we've seen a few of these. I think there was one in Ohio a few days ago too. So very interesting stuff, and how they enter very quick velocity upon entrance there.
Dallas Animal Services needs your help. Today, the shelter kicked off its first ever kitten shower because kitten season is about to get underway. The goal is to find fosters for kittens who need specialized care, the kind of care they can only get in a loving home.
Part of this event is we're trying to promote and get new fosters to join our program. Fosters help us so much. They take in these kittens. Kittens do not do well in a shelter environment. They thrive in a home.
If you are interested in fostering, DAS will give you everything you need. You can sign up or donate to their mission on the Dallas Animal Services website. As somebody who fosters animals, it is such a wonderful thing to do.
Anybody else obsessed with this Japanese baby monkey named Punch? Well, you're not alone. His heartbreaking story of being rejected by his mother and then clinging on to that plush monkey for love has captured the hearts of the internet. And now he's being accepted by the other monkeys at the zoo. But his viral story made me think of another situation that happened here in North Texas 2 years ago with a baby gorilla named Jamila. She was born prematurely via C-section and was also rejected by her mom. Then after a couple months of failed surrogacy attempts, they transferred her to the Cleveland Zoo. It had been 2 years since any update, so we checked in with the Cleveland Zoo to see how she's doing. They told us her surrogate mother named Freddie took to her right away. And she also gets along with her siblings well. As you can see right here, they're playing in the little canopy right there. She gets along great with her older brother and younger sister, and she's hitting all the milestones that are needed for a 2-year-old gorilla. The Cleveland Zoo staff told us that she's become an integral part of the gorilla family over there, and that it's been great to see her socialize and become entwined in that group.
Well, who doesn't love Neil Diamond? And recently, our Matt Howerton and Teresa Woodard got to put their Sweet Caroline skills on display. And I gotta tell you, the results were so good, so good. Take a look.
I cannot carry a tune. I have deep admiration, though, for anyone who can. That is why I love Broadway shows and why I jumped at the chance to do this. me on stage at A Beautiful Noise at the Music Hall at Fair Park. This show tells the story of Neil Diamond's life. It is beautiful, it is poignant, moving, electrifying, just a perfect, touching tribute to him. The show ends, as of course it should, with a Sweet Caroline sing-along, and it was thrilling to be a part of that. But standing beside these two performers who play Neil Diamond at different stages of his life, Robert Westenberg on the left there, older Neil, Nick Fradiani, the younger Neil. This entire cast is phenomenally talented, but those two, wow. I'm never gonna forget being up on that stage, but I also will not soon forget just how powerful their performances were.
All right, stop what you're doing. Get the coffee. Come sit right in front of the TV. There was a special performance at Fair Park Music Hall on Thursday night with a cameo that you don't want to miss.
So good. All right, I got the chance to join the cast of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical yesterday. The cast is led by Nick Fradiani, who won season 14 of American Idol. He's on my left there, your right if you're looking at the screen. The show runs through Sunday. It was very fun, actually. I was like, a Neil Diamond musical? I mean, you guys sure you want me to swing by and help you sing the last song? And they were like, yeah, come on. And it was a blast. I mean, Neil Diamond has a lot of hits. You kind of forget that he didn't just write Sweet Caroline. I mean, he wrote a lot of other stuff too.
I was going to ask you, how in the world did you end up on stage with them?
So I believe we have a partnership with Music Hall at Fair Park. I think Paige from GMT has done this. I think Teresa Woodard is going to do it either tonight or this weekend. And so we're helping them raise some money for a good cause at the end of the show for a couple of things that they were mentioning there. And so they're like, hey, come on up and sing Sweet Caroline. So yeah, done, easy. All that time in the shower,
you were
paid off.
Performing. It wasn't just you singing. It was a
like
performance.
Done.
You were up there animating.
We need to do that again on WFAA Plus because I was fully prepared to roast you. I mean, beyond.
I didn't do us bad.
You did incredible.
I kept Daybreak alive.
We got to go to Travis. You were incredible. Bravo.
Like I said, I sing like a sailor, but I kept it going. And it doesn't hurt to have an American Idol winner, to your left.
That's it for this episode of Long Story Shorts. We'll be back with a new episode on Wednesday.